So over the years, I have consulted hundreds of people who wanted their eggs back. Some of these people, they achieved the goal of getting an eggs back rather quickly. And some of them, they stagnated month after month, rarely making any tangible progress in reuniting with their former lover. Now, what gives? Why do some people get back with their ex in just a matter of months, or sometimes even weeks, while others struggle and they fight, yet never make any progress? Like, why do some people break up again shortly after getting back together even, and others actually keep their relationship intact and perhaps even thriving permanently? Well, after talking with enough people who were dead set on getting their eggs back, I have noticed something intriguing. In time, I've noticed a fundamental difference between the first group of people, so those who make little to no progress in reattracting their ex, and the second group of people, those who improve steadily, genuinely, and actually do get back with their ex at the end. The first group focuses on performance, and the second group, they focus on authentic personal growth. Now let me explain, and I'll start by explaining the performance approach first. Now, a person who opts for this type of a performance-based approach to getting back with an ex, this person largely relies on tricks, tactics, techniques, and fake behaviors. They play hard to get, they use reverse psychology, they rely on reusable text and templates and jealousy tactics, they fake their confidence, they memorize the right things to say, how to handle each situation, all the body language cues an ex might put out, all possible contingencies of their ex's reactions, and then they respond accordingly. Overall, they see reattraction as a skill set, full of pieces that need to be memorized and acted on, similar to a chess game. Now, when such a person arrives at a problem, for example, their ex calls them out for their controlling behavior, they usually get hyper-analytical afterward. They curse the material that they're studying and buy another dodgy eggs-back product where they focus on learning and memorizing even more tricks and even more tactics and techniques and fake behaviors. Now, you'd be surprised, but the vast majority of eggs-back advice is performance-based. Why? Well, because it sells better. A product dunking you in a bunch of these performance approaches, performance methods, it makes an average person feel as though they're making way more progress than if they would, just start consuming healthy self-improvement advice. Also, most people just don't want to hear that they have emotional problems that they would need to address and resolve. Fuck no, they wanna hear how learning games and gimmicks and 1, 2, 3 formulas is enough to mend their relationship. Now, the funny thing about performance is that it's a way for people to really cope with their underlying emotional and self-esteem issues. For example, a person doesn't know how to get their ex to like them, so they read a book telling them that one way of doing this, of accomplishing this, is by saying some pre-prepared set of phrases. Let's call them lines for short. So now this person uses a line outlined in their book, they get their ex to respond positively, and as a result, they become convinced. So the person becomes convinced it's the line that's working and not them. But here's the kicker. Their line, whatever it is a placebo, like all performance behaviors. While the person was scared of engaging in a conversation with their ex before, being given a line and being told that it will make their ex like them more, this gives the person the false confidence to engage in a conversation in an efficient and able way. Now, with this same confidence, this same person could successfully engage in a good conversation with just about any line. It's really funny when you think about it, how these performance stuff, how this stuff works. Now, at its core, what you should know is that a performance-based approach to reattraction, it shows your ex a false representation of you. In a way, it's the equivalent of emotional manipulation. Even worse, it is self-objectification, because in the eyes of performance, you're nothing but a robot, putting in the correct inputs and getting out the correct outputs. Now let me talk about the flip side, the authentic growth approach, right? Now, a person who chooses this sort of an approach to getting back with an ex, this person tackles the whole thing not through trying to perfect what they say or do, but through working on and perfecting themselves. Not for their ex, of course, but for also themselves. Because this person genuinely wants to improve. They also let the possibility of their ex returning be nothing more as an added benefit to their already fun and meaningful life. In fact, they consider it an unneeded yet welcome side effect of leading such a life. Now, I'm not making an argument about how this sort of a person doesn't care about their ex. They do care. They want them back, and like anyone, they shed tears if they don't return. All I'm simply saying is that this person's world will not suddenly collapse if their ex decides not to give them another chance, because they know their ex isn't special, and they realize that labeling them as such is an insult to literally millions of other people that they would find attractive and who, unlike their ex, are able and ready and even willing to create a future with them. Now, when an authentic growth-oriented person, when this kind of a person comes across a problem like when their ex doesn't return their call, they don't begin to overthink, they don't start to criticize their ex or labeling the material that they absorbed as not working. On the contrary, these people find out where they went wrong and they try better next time. And if there is no next time, there's not much fussing since they understand that they don't need their ex, even if it sometimes feels like it. They have themselves and they are quite happy with that catch. Now, paradoxically, it's these people who most often get back with their ex and actually cultivate a healthy and lasting relationship with them. But there is a caveat to the whole thing, okay? It's not like the performance-based approach doesn't work. It actually does. You can memorize all the right things to say. You can master all the gimmicks and the tricks and the power plays. You can develop this unerring sense of when to pull back, when to push forward. You can do all of this because performance is a skill that you can improve at, not much different from learning how to, let's say, get better at writing or cooking. You can definitely get your ex back through it. All I'm saying here is that compared to authentic growth, the performance approach never works out in the long term. Typically, the people who have success with it, while they do sometimes get their ex back, almost always fail to keep them. So that was all from my side. If you want to learn more about this authentic growth process of getting an ex back that I teach, you should download my reattraction cheat sheet, link in the description below this video. It's completely free. It's gonna help you out a lot if your goal is reattraction, so getting your ex back. With that being said, thanks for watching and take care.